something I keep seeing. People bitching about censorship. Yeah, that's what they do. They bitch about stuff that they think they can't get away with. But little do they know, they can get away with so much more than they ever imagined. They just can't do it the way that they think they should be able to do it. For example, long before this virus hit, I was suggesting to a lot of comedians in the Nashville area that we should start doing house shows. And I thought that it would be more personal. We could talk about grittier things. People could, expand beyond comedy, because comedy is an art form. For that reason alone, like, you can make comedy whatever you want it to be. I mean, I'm convinced that a lot of people's whole act is to just not be funny at all. So if that was their sole intention, they are succeeding. But yeah, I had this little comedy show at my house, and it didn't really go over well, but it's just because I hadn't really thought it through, and I just had some people over, and they were bored, and I was bored, and I didn't want them to be there, and they didn't want to be there, and I realized that I would probably have to come up with a better format than that, but I know that I'm good at what I do, but that's because I'm by myself doing it. If I'm in front of people, and it's really not just because of stage fright or whatever, it's I don't know, I just don't do things the way that everybody else does them, which is why I suggested, doing house shows. And the main reason I suggested that, though, is because of the fact that comedy was just getting so PC. And I was thinking, well, you don't have to worry about, liberals at the comedy clubs, if you're just talking shit in somebody's basement, or talking shit in somebody's attic, or talking shit in somebody's living room, And I thought that was a much more wholesome approach to it, very, very granola, very grassroots. Granola. I don't know about that. Hopefully none of those types would be going. Yeah, probably not. But I think that the main reason why people weren't into the idea was because of the fact that they want to be seen and they want to be heard and they want a gig working for some liberal piece of shit. All the clubs are owned by liberals. The chick that does the booking at Zany's is a feminist. So, you can forget that. It's not just that, she probably won't book me. It's that I don't want her to book me. I'll go out of my way to make sure that bitch does not book me. I can't stand people like that. And she's fake as fuck. She sleeps around. She stopped giving a friend of mine gigs all because he refused to have sex with her. Probably because she's a fat, disgusting cow. Nobody wants that. Oh my God. Amy. My hair gets in my food all the time. It's so annoying. I really just want to chop all my hair off, but it really doesn't make a difference. This used to happen all the time when I made milkshakes. People would complain because my hair would be on somebody's shake. I always feel bad about it, you know, like that was never intentional, okay? A lot of people it is, though. In the restaurant industry. Keep in mind, a lot of people that work in the restaurant industry are borderline personalities, so you probably should be really careful in the way that you treat them. I'm just saying, why would you be mean to somebody that's serving you food that just does not make logical sense, you know what I mean? But what does make logical sense that human beings do on planet Earth? Because, like, it seems to me that the less sense it makes, the more likely a fuck ton of people will do it. And do it gladly and unapologetically, okay? Yeah, that's sad, man. What's the saddest thing about it is that people don't want to be better. People don't want a better system. They just want to complain. Like, honestly, like, if we had a better system, they would probably complain because they didn't have anything to complain about. You know? Like, some days, I'll be real, some days I just cry to God. And I say, take me now, Lord. I don't want to be in this world anymore. Take me now. Does that mean I'm going to kill myself? No, no, no. That's not what that means. That means that I don't want to be in this fucking world. This world is a horrible, horrible place. Like, right now, it's beautiful because there's nobody here. There's nobody in this parking lot besides me ranting. Okay? It's like anytime the humans show up, it just turns to shit. I mean, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I hate that the elites are right. They really are. People trying to control us. It's like, yeah, I mean, so many people want that. So many people want that. And they would rather have some false idea of happiness and security than the confidence that comes from, like, going out and pursuing something that you genuinely want to pursue. And, you know, I think that people just don't have that kind of mentality, like, that it takes to take a risk, you know? And that's precisely why comedians are terrible, because they don't have that mentality. They're so concerned with their image that nothing else matters to them. Not even being funny. So, but it just makes me sad for society that, like, this is what we've reduced ourselves to, and it's like, I can't help but kind of agree with these horrible pieces of shit that, you know, want us to essentially be slaves, you know? Like, I can't help but kind of sort of agree with the way that they look at us, because human beings are not smart, and we don't have any intention of getting any smarter. The things that could make us smarter, we say are, you know, unnecessary. Or maybe we just don't have the attention span for it anymore. I don't know. It makes sense, though. If you think about all the people that, like, don't read, think about why they don't read. It's not just because it's not encouraged and it's not cool. If suddenly, like, we could make reading cool, that, like, you'd see more people do it. But, you know, anytime that people would read in the past, you know, they get called a bookworm, or they get called a nerd, or a loser, you know? It was cooler to play sports. Not that you can't be into both. You can definitely be into both. It's possible. Anything's possible here in America. But yeah, man, like people would shame you if you were reading something. You know, and I think it has a lot to do with people's attention span, too. Like, they have gone out of their way to ensure that Americans do not have any attention span whatsoever. They've done this through like various forms of television, like all this technology that people swear by. And even if they hate it, even if they want to stop using it, they probably won't be able to. Like what I was saying before, all these people complaining about censorship, they're still using all these websites. Isn't that funny? It's like, well, if you hate it so much, why are you still on the website, you fucking piece of shit? I mean, really, just kill yourself, dude. The vein is this way. Thank you. You're just annoying, man. Oh, but I should be able to do it when all the other people are doing it. Just kill yourself. Like, the vein is this way. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again until at least one person... I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding! That's going to be like your catchphrase. I'm kidding! Yeah, because nobody believes in jokes anymore, you know? Well, here's the thing, though. There's always a fall guy with every single joke. There's always somebody that's technically the victim. Like, every single joke has a punchline. Punch. Get it? Punchline. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense, like, why people don't believe in comedy anymore. Especially the people who do it. Because they're so worried about upsetting somebody in the audience. Let me tell you, if somebody in the audience is watching comedy or listening to comedy and they don't understand it, they shouldn't be watching it or listening to it. I mean, I'd say that about anything else, you know? Like, say you got somebody that's an overly sensitive candy ass and they're in the audience of a stand-up comedy show. Okay, you really think they're going to get it? It's always because, like, people feel the need to take somebody on a date or something like that. I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much. And it's not like you'll really stay with that person anyway, you know? Say you're going to a comedy show and you really like the comedian or you really like comedy, period, and the person that you're dating doesn't like comedy. That relationship is not going to work out. Just to let you know. But anyway, sorry, I'm inspecting my eggs because I don't want to end up in the same hair follicle situation again. What was I saying about stand-up? Yeah, it's like if you don't understand it, you don't understand it, and that's fine. You don't have to. It's not for you, okay? Just move on. Go watch Lifetime. But it's like so many people that are doing it, they have that mindset. So it's like, you know, that's why I'm saying do a separate thing at people's houses. That makes more sense to me. But that's also because I try to be that inviting, you know, hippied out caretaker, you know, that's like, come to my house, I'll make you coffee and I'll get you high and all this shit, you know. Like, I want to be that person. Because I'm a giver. I consider myself to be something of a giver. I read that book and I just got inspired. I wonder if that's going to be your role in the future dystopian society. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Shout out to Lois Lowry. Yes. Yes. Is that a woman? I don't know. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. It's 2021. Yes. Gender is out. But